I figured I might as well record this since I'm doing it, but I just lost 10 pips. I don't want this market to try to move back because I moved my stop loss tight already. So I may have to adjust my stop loss. So let me adjust that. I don't want my stop loss to be triggered. Okay. Now when you're moving, I can hear like everything you're doing and you're on your mic, so you got to make sure you're really quiet. Cause like I could hear fiddling and junk. That's how the mic is. But leave your mic open. Okay, good. Yeah, just leave it open. It's just you and I talking, so, but tomorrow it'll be others. Now, this is starting to try to move back, but I'm not worried about that really. I let the market do what it's going to do pretty much because you could see the structure of the market, but here it's a little tough to tell what's going to really happen. I mean, it all depends how this closes on the daily in 18 hours from now, 19 just about. But if you go back to the 4 hour, and the 4 hour is going to tell me something. I got stopped out. Where did I get stopped out here? I took this trade. I believe I put my entry here. And I was looking all right for a little bit, and then the market came. Actually, is that the one that stopped me out? I think that's what stopped me out there right here. So it would have been best for me. The best move would have been once this came right here. I wanted to zone walk this up to this, because you had this big long wick, and we talked about zone walking these long wick candles, if you remember what that is, right? So when we zone walk, I would have just walked this right up and followed price. Now I did have an entry order down here when price was up here, and I don't remember why I took it away. I don't even recall what my thinking was. Then the market came down, and then now what got me into the trade really basically was this. The main thing that got me into the trade was I already had my bias, and we broke this bear fractal back here, so I was still looking at that. So we have a bull fractal here that's high, and then we made another one that's lower than the highest one. So in order, you got to be moving higher to get going higher if the market's going to go higher. But we broke this bear fractal, so I wanted to see price break this one. Well, it made this one in the attempt. So I don't know if I trust this this is pretty much like a sideways move here, but it's not going to be a breakout of the sideways move because we could close up here with this candle. This candle has 2.5 hours to go. This candle can close all the way up here. If it does that, I'm probably going to just take the profit right here. If that candle comes back up to this point, actually, I'm going to move my stop loss back here. And if this candle can come all the way back up here, I probably know it's not going to get out of this range right here because it's in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 candle range. From here to here, it's not doing much. It's staying sideways. I need to break this fractal here and continue moving. That way I know what's really happening here with the market. It's kind of crazy right now. But other than that, that's how I got in the trade. My confidence wasn't shaken because the main thing that really got me back into the trade, we saw a rejection here, dropped a little bit, had a rejection here, tried to push forward, but then dropped pretty hard. We may see this thing break and come break through this level because we're attacking it so many times, and it's not really dropping like you would expect it to. Like if you look back over here, it hit that level and just dropped like a rock. Those are some signs that maybe the level is not gonna hold. And then here it didn't bounce off of there many times. It stayed here, then bounced, and that was it. And then you could see how it reacted at that level again, just dropped. But over here, it's trying not to go away. It's trying not to go away. It's up in that level. This would have been the drop that should have kept going, but it didn't. And then now it's sitting here hanging. If this candle closes up here, if we can't break this fractal, I think we're going to be in trouble about even going much lower. We may see us break out of this level and continue to the upside. Let's go to daily, look at the daily real quick. I'm going to put Ichimoku on here. The market is sideways on the daily. You can see that because we're trying to break above this level here. Let's throw Ichimoku on here because there's a bunch of Ichimoku lovers that get mad at me when I don't put it on here. And I mean, I love Ichimoku too, but I do look at other stuff because Ichimoku is not going to be as fast as this price. Now this is, okay, Sid, so you were always talking about 1, 2, 3. You love this 1, 2, 3. You're not going to enter the market unless you see a 1, 2, 3. All right, so let's talk with that really quick. 1, 2, 3. And the market went higher, right? Well, Sid, now here's your 1. Here's your 2. Should see that market pull back somewhere. I look for this level. That'll be your 3. And then continue to the upside. So we should see the drop here, but we're fighting this level. So the market may try to get through there without dropping. So I love to see the 1, 2, 3 on the daily, and this is just the point. So this would have been a great 1, 2, 3 here. So it would have been 1, 2, 3, and then you broke this 2. A lot of traders get in up here. I didn't get in up here because it was too close. I couldn't tell if it was honoring or what, and then the next candle you could see what happened. I like to see a better break above so I could get some kind of message, because this was kind of like, boom, pretty much even with it. So if it would have broke up here a little bit more, closed up here somewhere, then I would have felt confident I could have taken this trade here, because I already know it was a 1, 2, 3. I didn't catch the 3 because I wasn't even looking at it. So tell you the truth, I wasn't even looking at the 1, 2, 3 there. But it would have been great to catch this right here, because you see a break in this first break on the daily is important. Now that doesn't mean the market's going to go forever. I mean, it's just a break of the fractal. Let you know the market structure is changing, and you could see a big move. It doesn't have to be a big move. It could be right here where it is, and then come back and continue to the downside. But a break of that fractal level, I mean, because you look at it, once the market moved down, there was no break in the fractal, but there hasn't been a good fractal level here at all, because you were sideways here for a long time. Little move down, then sideways here pretty much. The market stays, guys, the market stays in a range like 70 to 80% of the time. Other than that, it's ranging 80 to 70% of the time, and maybe 25, 30% you'll catch a trend. But I want to get a trend. I want this to be bigger than this. So if this is a 1, 2, 3, I got a good chance of having a good trade here. I mean, because you got a bear. If this closes as is, that's a bearish engulfing. See the market drop to the downside. You got resistance here from the cloud. All right, you got resistance here from the zone. So we got a lot of resistance here. You got cloud, zone. All right, and then the market should drop, pull back. I don't know how far it will pull back, but I always look to this level first. And we could look at Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen. And then if it comes all the way back here, we know it. Well, we're no good. Nothing's happening our way. So that would be 1, 2, and let's take that stuff off. So it would be 1, 2, and if it drops, because it should, because of the resistance, you're fighting the cloud and everything else. I mean, and then drop to the downside. This would be our 3 right here. So we would have 3. And then the market should take off and break 2. All right, so if you didn't catch this, if you're not going to catch this, if you're afraid to catch it, then it'll be a while, but you may see a Kumo breakout eventually. All right, and that's on the daily time frame. So I like to see the 1, 2, 3s on daily. It tells me a big indication of what the market's structure is. Now, this is crazy. If this will close back up here, it'll drive me crazy. I mean, because we need some momentum to get moving, and we should see it come down and then attack that level. But it looks like we're steadily trying to attack this level, and I don't like that, because when you hit it here, it just dropped back there, the same thing, we just dropped. But keep attacking a level, and eventually it just breaks through. All right, so that's all I'm looking at there. I'm not going to look at any other pairs. Just wanted to talk about this trade, what I see. Yeah, I'm hoping for the bounce to the downside, because overall I'm going to look to trade it back up to the upside once it gets down to the 3 spot. So we got your 1, 2, and wherever that 3 may be, and we could start to use a little bit of Fibonacci. But I mean, I don't really need Fibonacci, because Ichimoku is going to tell me pretty much where everything is. The 50% is from this point to this point would be 50% retracements, would be right here. 38.2 would be around here. The 78.16 would be down here, right? Pretty much. You could see where the fractal level is showing, but that's not Ichimoku there. But Ichimoku has levels in here that you could already look for Fibonacci, and you don't really need. I mean, I don't need Fibonacci, because I have enough points on my chart that I can trade. You know, if you're not trading fractals, you don't have Ichimoku, so you don't have levels that you're looking to trade. So your chart would be clean. You don't have anything to look at. So you may want to look at something like Fibonacci. So you would probably do this. I'll do this real quick, and then if you take Ichimoku off your chart, you say this is a pullback. Now, see, a lot of people get confused, but I just go from fractal to fractal if I'm using Fibonacci retracements. Let me put those on my chart real quick, and we'll look at it. Those are probably all messed up because the market, the FXCM keeps messing me up, and I have to keep adjusting my charts. I have to change my everything. So I don't know why they do this to me. So they do have my levels on here that I would look at. These are the only levels that I would look at. Actually, let's put another level on here that I do look at. If I'm trading with Fibonacci retracements. And you don't see me doing it much often. But the 23.6 level is going to be a super strong move. The trend is strong. It's not going to pull back deep. So if the less it pulls back, the stronger the trend. But if the market's going to pull back too far, the trend's not that strong. I mean, because if you're moving to the upside, you shouldn't pull all the way back here, right? You're strong if you can't pull back past this or past this, 38.2. I look for 50% retracements all the time. So I told you Ichimoku is going to be 50% retracement, but it's not going to be of this move right here. I'm going to show you real quick, and then I'll get out of here. I don't really look for 61.8, but sometimes you get wicks that hit there and then the body closes up here. Then you trade it off of that level. I love to trade off of these two levels though, 38.2 and 50. They're going to be the main levels if I'm using Fibonacci retracements. But if I'm using Fibonacci retracement, Ichimoku would tell me where the 50% is, and I didn't do this beforehand, so I'm not really lying to you guys because I know that this is going to be 50% pretty much, but let's throw this on here. All right. So there you go, 50% retracement. You see Kijinsen right there, 38.2, like I told you with your Tenkan-sen, and then 61.8 is down here, so, and that's all I look at. So you see Ichimoku already has those levels in there for you. You can see where it's bouncing. All right, but that's it. I got to get running. Got family waiting on me, so got to run. So appreciate you guys. I'm gonna just end it really quickly. Hope you guys just learned a little something for a few minutes, but you understand my trade also. So look for that 1, 2, 3 on the daily time frame. All right. God bless you guys. Have a great one. We'll see you tomorrow, Sid.
Thanks a lot.
No problem.